Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. Following my last video with the 2021 New York Pro winner Nick Walker versus 2020 Mr. Olympia Big Ramy, where we all saw how good Nick Walker did against Big Ramy. Check out description to find the link to that video if you haven't watched it yet. I also decided to put Nick Walker against the runner-up of last year's Olympia and the Olympia champion from 2019 Brandon Curry. So without any further introductions, let's get this on. And we start with the front double biceps pose. We all know that one of Brandon's strongest points is the shape and size of his arms, and by the looks of it, Nick has the upper hand at this department in these shots. He's got the bigger biceps and forearms, but Brandon compensates with some better tricep sweep. Brandon also has that incredible unmatched V-taper due to his wide frame and tiny midsection. Downstairs, obviously, Brandon loses big time against Nick. Not so much with overall size, because Nick doesn't have the biggest thighs either, but with details and separation. Nick also's got the better calves. So Brandon really has a beautiful cartoonish pose, but from a muscularity point of view, I have to go with Nick. So my first point goes to Nick Walker in this comparison. Up next we have the front lat spread, and I don't know what you guys think about Nick's lat spread, but I'm not a fan of his execution. I think he should point his elbows more to the side like Brandon does here, not to the front as he does, to allow more room for the lats to be showcased. He also has the blocky midsection, which is always a disadvantage, especially in this pose. On the other hand, Brandon has one of the finest lat spreads in the game today, so this decision is pretty obvious. Brandon wins the pose. Next is the side chest, and Brandon's legs are not a weak point anymore from this angle, from the side. He is also very strong upper body, having those thick arms and shoulders, and also a great chest. Nick Walker presents similar attributes in this pose upstairs. Downstairs he wins the calves, no doubt, but not anything else. Overall, even though it's really tight, I believe Brandon Curry has the upper hand, so he wins this pose as well. Next pose is the back double biceps, and upper body. Brandon Curry is really tough to beat, being at the same level with Phil Heath at the 2020 Mr. Olympia, something we can't say about Nick Walker yet. And I say yet because he has the potential, he's got the insertions, the genetics. He also has a superior lower body to Brandon, but unlike in 2019, Brandon Curry had striated glutes, a good indication of conditioning. Overall, Brandon Curry takes this pose. Up next is the rear lat spread, and yet again, just like in the front lat spread, Nick chooses to execute this pose with his elbows pointing too much to the front, at least in my opinion. Brandon's pose is not as good as in 2019, for example, but it's still a great pose. However, he doesn't have the attributes from the back double to compensate for the inferior lower body anymore. So in conclusion, a 2019 Brandon would have won this pose against Nick. But as they look here, I gotta go with Nick. What do you guys think? Up next we have the side triceps, and yet again, from the side, Brandon becomes a threat to anyone. He also has a decent triceps and a very aesthetic pose overall. However, this is Nick's best pose probably. He's got that incredible thick lateral head, his stomach is in check, and we can notice his striated midsection as well. Downstairs he has that Dorian Yates execution showcasing the calf, and all these combined make him having one of the best side tries in the industry today. He beats Brandon in this pose, and the score is 3-3 with 2 more poses to go. Abs and thighs, and this is a tough one for sure. How would you guys look at this pose? I know that usually a smaller midsection and a great V-taper like Brandon's are much appreciated, but Brandon's got washed up abs and weak quads. So Nick kinda has the better abs and the better thighs in the abs and thighs after all. But he has that blocky physique and a bad V-taper, another important aspect in this pose. Overall, I'd go with Nick, as this is bodybuilding, not a beauty contest. I'd go with the guy with the better quality muscles. Last pose is the most muscular. Nick Walker has those crazy arms and shoulders, but so does Brandon. Brandon also has the better chest and the smaller midsection. Downstairs, Nick has the advantage, but I believe overall Brandon should win this pose. So in the end, the final score becomes 4-4. In conclusion, out of 8 mandatory poses, each one of them got 4, which is very flattering for Nick Walker if you ask me. To get a 4-4 against a runner-up at Mr. Olympia and a former Mr. Olympia champion is a lot. Okay, but in spite of the score being 4-4, this doesn't mean they are perfectly equal. In my opinion, Brandon won more decisively his poses, namely the front lat spread, the side chest, the back double biceps and the most muscular, whereas Nick won a very tight front double. He did not win very decisively the back lat spread either, and the abs and thighs is debatable. He definitely won the side triceps though. So in conclusion, Brandon Curry wins this comparison in my opinion, but once again for Nick, a guy who's 26 and who has won his first ever pro show at this point only, to win 4 poses out of 8 against the runner-up at the last Olympia show is really impressive. What do you guys think? Who's better between Nick Walker and Brandon Curry? Do you think Nick Walker can be a threat to the Olympia title in 2021? Let me know down in the comment section. Like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you guys, and see you next time.